Hello violinists, welcome to Pro Arm Strings. I'm Henriette and today we are learning the Misty Isle from the Shooting Stars book. I'll play it for you first. I always think that you can really imagine a Scottish scene with some islands far away in the mist. It's a lovely way this music has expressed that image, I think. Now, we are in the key of F major here. So let's warm up, and before we get started, let's play that F major scale. As usual, we'll play every note twice with long bows. Here we go, and... Let's also play the F major arpeggio straight away. You know the letter names are F, A, C, F, and perhaps you can shout them out as you play up the arpeggio. You know perhaps that when we play down the arpeggio we never use the letter names because that gets utterly confusing, at least for my simple brain. So here we go, F major arpeggio. Let's play the arpeggio twice. And F, A, C, F. F, A, C, F. Well done. You're properly warmed up now, so let's play the song. I'm going to count it in 2 beats per bar. So I'm going to go 1, 2 and 1, 2 and dee 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 da da. 1, 2, 1, 2. So we can just think a little bit more about the counting here. So every beat that I count is now a note, and the minim, as you know, are the white notes. So that means 2 crotchets fill up the time of 1 minim. So if you've got this as your beat, 1, 2, then 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and is the speed of the crotchets. Now sometimes we've got a syncopated note where you get 1 crotchet and then a minim and then another crotchet. And those bars I would just count 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So for instance, the bar where we've just arrived at bar 25, you've got 1 such bars. So our A goes A, B flat, D, D, D. So let's go from there. I'll count us in 2 bars before. 1, 2, 1, 2. We'll come to think about those performance directions in a minute. I first want to ask the question, how do I know that we count this piece in minims, whereas other pieces we might count in crotchets or even quavers? And the answer lies in the time signature. When we look at the start of the piece, first we get the key signature, which is the treble clef, that swirly thing, and then the B flat. And after that you can see that C with a vertical line through it. And that C without the line stands for common time. The most common time signature that we come across is 4/4 time, 4 crotchet beats in a bar. But that vertical line splits the 4/4 timing into 2. So rather than 4 crotchets, we count 2 minims in a bar. And that is how I know. So that is why I count to 2 and not to 4. Of course, if you find this rhythm really tricky, it doesn't do any harm to count it as if there were 4 quavers, but if you want to do it properly, the way it's written in this music, it's 2 minims to a bar. Now let's have a think now about what happens to the speed of the music. It says at the top, quite slowly and with feeling, and then towards the end, in bar 35 you see the word R-A-L-L. It's an abbreviation of the word rallentando, which means slow down. Okay, then you see the pause at the start of bar 36, and that little eyebrow thing, that's what I'm talking about. And that means hold this note for as long as you like. That is a bit of a balance. Of course, I can hold it for very long, but then I run out of bow. So you hold it for as long as you like, until you run out of bow, you might say. And then our tempo, it says, pick up the pace again until you get to the next rallentando, which is 2 bars before the end, or 2.5 bars before the end, where you slow the music down again. Now I want to play this whole song again from the beginning, and I would like you to really overdo all those performance directions. That is our main thing that we'll be working on today, so let's give it your best shot today. So when it says mezzo forte, be about in the middle between as soft as you can play and as loud as you can play. And then when it says you go crescendo to forte in the middle of line 2, let's play really loud there, okay? Now when you see the diminuendo again, go super quiet. So you make the contrasts between your loudest and your quietest sections a little bit bigger than you would normally do. Then when you hit the slowing down bits, slow it right down, so not just a little bit, but go over the top today and make it really much slower than you would otherwise have done. So here we go. I'll count us in 2 bars of 2 minims. 1, 2, 1, 2. make that note extra special at the end. That always does something extra for me if people play the last note and polish it to the best of their ability. So that was really good, really working at that. Super playing. If you have a look at bar 32, you've got this really long C which has an up bow. And that note has a crescendo. So you've got to be careful with your bow that you don't shoot through the bow right at the beginning, but you leave enough space on the bow to increase the bow speed. And you've probably noticed that I was watching my bow as I was going along here, so I'm not looking around the room or anything. I'm just looking here at the contact point where my bow is on the string, and that might be a very good suggestion for you to try as well. As soon as you know this piece off by heart, start looking to this area here, and you will find out a lot of interesting things about what your bow is doing while you play. So as soon as you know a section off by heart, start looking here and you will be a lot wiser suddenly. So I'm playing that long C in bar 32. And that's a good one to practice separately. Will you join in with me? We're going to start at the very point of the bow, so make sure you've got enough rosin right there at the point of your bow, and then we'll start bowing slowly and we'll increase the speed. And now slow it down. Look at your bow until you run out, then you pick up the pace. Now make it your most delicate note here. 2, 3, 4. That was awesome playing. Well done. Really, really good thinking about your bowing technique and being so expressive. I like that a lot in violin playing, as you can probably tell. If you've enjoyed this lesson, please like it and write any comments in the comments section. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please can you do so now? Thanks ever so much. I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Goodbye.